Hey girl. Okay, so I have Josie here with me. So I'm going to quickly go through all of this to show you what it looks like again. So first thing again that we do is anytime I bring a dog in, I'm going to mark treat. And again, making the treat and the clicker two separate events. So making sure that you don't always have your hand in your bag like this and then clicking and then bringing out, because then the dog will only start to focus on the treats, and we really want to stay away from that as much as possible. So clicking, then treating, then putting your hand somewhere else is super important. So loading the clicker just looks like this. Okay, Josie. Okay, click, treat, click, treat, click, treat. Okay, so if I'm gonna practice my sits, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw the treat just so it can reset my dog. I don't have to, but then I'm moving around all the time and I don't want to move around all the time. So I'm just gonna throw my treat on the ground. Oh. Here, hold on. You're getting caught up. Okay, so I'm gonna throw my treat that way. She goes to get it. So it sets her to come back. Sit. Mark as soon as her butt hits the ground. There you go. Sit. Good. Okay, so over and over again. Come here. Sit. Good. There we go. Okay, so another thing that I want you to do is the engagement training, or the silky leash, and this is in all the different environments, and because this is how we teach Kaya to really pay attention to you, basically we're turning, her name and the pressure of the leash into a cue to turn into you and to pay attention to you. And so this is important to really do in environments that she's really just not paying attention to you. It doesn't matter what you have or what treat you have, she's not paying attention. So patience is a virtue in dog training. Patience is super, super important. So you could do the one where you're going to do the name recognition, right, where we throw the treat, we call the dog's name, we wait for the dog to respond to us, we mark, and then we treat. Or we wait, the dog pulls on the leash, we just stop and we wait until the dog engages with us, and then as soon as the dog engages with us, we mark, we get excited, good job, well done, start walking the other way, treat as the dog is beside you. Okay, so I don't know how well she'll do with this right now because she's pretty engaging with me. So the name recognition one, okay, I'm gonna throw the treat that way, call her name, Josie, good girl, okay, Josie, yes, good girl, okay, Josie, good, okay. And so if we were out and we were walking, okay, again, it's I can't show you that engagement with this dog because I've already been working with this dog, so she's very engaged with me all the time, so she's not gonna pull. But basically the same sort of thing as the name recognition without saying the name, just stopping and just waiting. Have that patience, okay? So now we're gonna go into where we did the heel position, okay? Remember that looks like a bowling thing, so we bowl. Where it looks like this, okay? So back like this. This is the thing that you want. So we take the treat, okay? And we just bring her around to where we want her, okay? So, come on, this way. Good. And so if I'm at home, I'm just gonna practice it over and over again, like this. Good. Look at her, bring her back around. Good. Okay. So when we start walking, okay, this is what I want you to practice, but don't go to an area where there's a whole bunch of traffic, there's a whole bunch of distractions. Try and find the least distracting area that you can find. So here, I really like it because in the middle of the road here, not a lot of distractions. I keep her away from the grass as I'm teaching her the behavior, so she's more, prone to be able to listen to me. If we go by all the smells, then she's more likely to be distracted right away, so we have to work our way up to that. So as we do that heel position, we mark as soon as the dog gets there, we start to walk and we mark treat, mark treat, mark treat. So I'll start back there and I'll kind of show you what that looks like with her, okay? Come here. treat, mark, treat, mark. Oh, it fell on the ground. Mark, treat. So if she started to pull, that's when I would stop, and then I'd bring her back down into a heel position again. So if I'm this way as we're walking, and then she goes and she pulls and there's tension on the leash, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna go, come on, this way, come on, this way, let's go. Good girl. Okay, and that's what you do. Okay, and again, remember, to mark and treat, you can fade out as long as the dog is starting to understand what it is that you want from them. Okay, stay. So stay, remember we practice with duration and then distance. Okay, so it's either just a quick stay or it's this. Okay, not both of them together, and not using the force where we're going stay, stay. We don't want to do that. Okay, because that just means that the dog is failing. The dog doesn't really understand what it is that you want from them. So the sit stay is basically two behaviors that we're turning into one behavior. Okay, so we're going to ask the dog to sit, and then we're just going to wait the 1 2 3, then 1 2 3 4 5, then maybe back down to 1 2 3, then maybe up to 7, and you kind of go back and forth and vary the time in it, just because we don't want it to keep increasingly get harder and harder and harder. If the dog fails, if the dog gets up at any time off her bum, then you just reset her to a sit again, and then go back a couple seconds. Remember to give her lots of breaks. Okay, so it starts to look like this. Okay, sit, good, sit, good, here, sit, good, sit, okay, sit, good. Okay, and when she's offering the behavior reliably, that's when you add the cue to it. So I'm just gonna say stay for her, okay? So come here, sit, stay, good. Come here, sit, hey, this way, here, sit, Dorsey, come on, here. Stay, good, good girl. I'm just gonna give her a bit of a break right now. Do a good job. Are you the bestest girl ever? Okay, so you want to work on that and get at least a good 30-second duration, 20-30-second duration on that. Then you start to practice with distance, okay? And distance, we do not put duration in there, and we always go back to the dog. So if we step back 1 step, we step right back towards the dog, mark, treat. We step back 2 steps, we step back towards the dog, mark, treat. Okay, I'll see if she's able to handle this right now. Okay, come here. Hey, Josie. Sit, stay, step back 1, right back towards the dog. Good. Stay. 1 2 1 2. Good. Then I might go back to 1 step. Good. Okay, and so on and so forth. And again, don't make it increasingly harder and harder and harder. Like go 1 step, then 2 steps, and maybe back to 1 step, then to 3 steps, that kind of thing. So you build it up. Again, if the dog gets up out of it at any time, then you are going to just reset the dog and go back a couple steps to where they succeeded. Okay, so again, I'm gonna reiterate over and over again, if the dog is failing, it's either the environment that's too difficult or the criteria that's too difficult. So you either have to change the environment or make the criteria easier for the dog. Make sure to get your dog out playing fetch, doing those kind of things better than any walk. Your dog needs to work, your dog needs an outlet to work. So frisbee, fetch, flirt poles, jolly balls, things like that's going to be really beneficial for your dog. So we start to see those maladaptive behaviors decrease. Your dog's brilliant, she's beautiful, have fun training, and I will see you guys next week. Okay, bye.